everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. And I know that it's been years since my last thrift flip video, but here we are back at it again. And I'm feeling to have a voiceover today because I don't want your eyes splitting between the captions and the tutorial. So starting off with this grandma looking blouse, but not anymore because we're gonna be turning it into a dainty bustier top. And I just love how the embroidered florals are put, so let's begin. You can basically do this with any top of your choice, especially those tops that are larger than your usual size. But I am getting the base of the top, you know, the part that hugs your body from the bottom part because of this cursive detailing at the bottom. So right here, I'm just measuring how long I wanted the top would be. After you cut the base part out, you want to set it aside. I wanted this to be really puff sleeve, but since we are limited on our material, so this is just slightly puff sleeve, but there's still puff in there. From the little fabric that we have left, I cut out these regular polygons for the chest part. Going back with the base part of our top, I just wanted to separate the front part and the back part by cutting the sides. Using the front part of the separated base, fold the raw edges 2 times and sew. Proceed to drawing 2 curve shapes with 1 to 2 inch interval between each other. But if you have bigger chests, you might want to draw bigger curves because we're going to attach those 2 cutouts that we did earlier. Then cut them out. I added channel for the elastics by just folding the edges and then sewing it. Setting my sewing machine to 3, which is a loose stitch, but you could also have running stitches if you're just using this by hand. So we're now running through the curves of our cup parts, and I am not locking it before and after sewing because we're going to pull the sides of the strings or the hilo. The purpose of doing this on pulling the sides of the strings or the hilo is for it to give it a cup shape for where our boobs want to sit. So we're just going to pull until we're satisfied with how the cup shape would look like. When I am satisfied with how the boob part have turned out, I added the elastics through the channel tunnel that we did earlier. We are now going to attach the cups in place using the front of the base that we did earlier. So you want to make sure that you are facing the wrong sides so that the right sides are at the front. This is what it would look like when it is already attached. This will be for our sleeves. I just added elastics on both sides and then it's done. We are now sewing together the front and back part of our base. Just make sure that when sewing final pieces together, the right sides should face with each other. The back part looks so loose, so the best way to make something fit with style is by smocking method. We just need strips of elastics with the same length. With our elastics in place, pull it on both sides while our machine is running. So do this until the back part is fully smocked. And we are done with our first summer top. I wasn't able to film the part where I put the sleeves, but you kinda get the point. Our next thrift flip piece is this Japanese kimono or sleepwear that I thrifted. It has a silk floral material which I love, so the first thing that we're going to do is to cut the gray lining at the bottom because later on we'll be turning it into ruffles. We are going to make this into a corset top, so I measured how long and how wide I wanted it to be, and at the end we have to come up with 3 pairs of squares like this. The bigger square would be our main bodice, the one that we measured with how long and how wide earlier, and the other 2 identical pairs would be for our back. We are going to go for a crisscross back, but for the meantime, just grab the our main bodice or the main corset, and I'm just folding it here because we're gonna cut it into a more corset form, the one that is pointed at the bottom. So after cutting, this will be how it would look like. And then here I just didn't film it, but I already put the ruffles inside. But again, this is just optional, but I wanted it to be to have more design at the bottom. So when you flip it inside out, this is what you get. Here I already sewed the front edge, and make sure that you don't close or sew the left and right edges. As you can see here, just lay them open because that's where we're gonna put inside our boning. So proceed to measuring the middle boning here. So I got these boning from Mr. DIY, and they were just like those ziplocs that you can basically get in sets. So my middle boning would be on 10.5, so I just cut it because it's way too long, and then I put it inside. When I settled with my first boning, I just put a pin to put it in place. Then I just did the same thing to the second and the third boning. After sewing the boning, I made these 4 pairs of loops because this will be the channel for our crisscross back. So just a hack in turning these upside down. Just get a hairpin, just cut a part in it at the bottom and just pull it inside, and you're done. I already sewed the front edge so that I don't have to pin them in place. So right now we're gonna put the loops that we made inside. So when doing this, make sure that the right sides are inside facing each other. So basically you're just gonna turn it into a loop and then just pin it. And then when you've decided about the placings of the loops, just sew it in place. This is how it should turn out after you sew them in place. So we already have our crisscross back. We are now going to attach our crisscross back with our main bodice or corset front. Before sewing, you have to make sure that it should look like this, like you're closing off the corset part. One thing is left to do is for our puff sleeve. So I just took out this arm sleeve part of the kimono. I took out 2 pairs of elastics that fit my arms because we are gonna use the smocking method we did earlier. So I just did a smocking method on both sides of our puff sleeve and then we're done. I didn't attach or sew the puff sleeve together with the corset so that you could have more freedom on how you would style the corset. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching if you reached this part of the video, and I'll see you in my next one.